Okay, gonna start this time going onto the boat. However, I have a tangent I want to go on first. Well, not first, but I have a tangent I wish to go on. I should probably heal up before I go, because I think Hoyt, or whatever his name is, Hank, fights you here. So, I've complained several times before about art. Various artists I've dealt with. For those that don't know, this is probably going to go up well after I actually get the character art fully. Because I think I should be getting her, provided there's no more extensions needed. I don't know how long it takes for rigging, but I should get the full model back in a few days, hopefully. I don't have any bug type, do I? So no one I could do false swipe, though. Oh yeah, what level is Hatsune? I never actually checked. Level 5. So you can have this. So, of course, you know, I'm trying to, like, go all out with it. So I'm commissioning, like, a thumbnail for the first series I'm gonna do with the videos. I'm trying to get a logo, which is, the logo's just gonna be a symbol that the character sits on top of. It's just gonna be a basic, like, background logo. So I'm hunting around. I'm hunting around for people, and I'm trying to find an artist who's willing to do that type of logo. I talked to 7 artists. One of them, like, I'll systematically complain about them. One, whenever I'm trying to commission an artist, I will always open up with questions. I'll always ask questions at the beginning. Oh yeah, it's register, okay. I always open up... That's a strange ship. A sailing ship in this day and age? So I always open up with questions. That's just how I do it. It lets me get a read on the artists. It lets them know that I would like to be involved in the process. Yeah, specifically for Chansey, because Chansey's name used to be Lucky. So you know, it's a worthwhile thing that I like to do. First time visiting the city, here's a Lucky Egg. Okay. Lucky Egg's like the best item in the game. It boosts your XP. Visit specific places and talk to Harlequins. The Metal Office, Passerby, Battle Company. So, I message one of them. And I'm like, hey, here's my list of questions, because you say things on your web page, or like on your gigs page, and you know, you say things on your gigs page, and you know, I want to know about them. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? Are you comfortable with this? My character has some exposed skin. Are you okay with drawing a woman with some exposed skin? 'Cause you never know, right? I have Pansage, right? Oh, no. Okay, which stone do I need then? So I'm like, okay, yeah, what can you do? Can you, like, are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with that? What's up with this? I don't know if I actually want to pick one of these stones just yet. Because I don't know which stone I actually would need. I'm not going to talk to you. So I do that, and he doesn't answer the questions. I presume it's a he. It's one of the few times a character, because normally every artist on Fiverr is always Indonesian, and they're always, or usually, I don't want to say always, they usually have women like profile pictures. They usually just have like their anime character profile pictures. So this is one of the few times I've seen someone have a dude picture. Game Freak. Yeah, you can actually go and fight the Pokemon divs. He just responds with, hi, can you send me your example so I can know what you want? I'm like, yes, but I don't like just sending the examples. I typically like knowing what I can and cannot ask for first, because I'll have a bunch of ideas for logos, and depending on what an artist is comfortable doing, I'll give them the appropriate PDF. That's just what I do. So I explained this to him, and he's like, "Oh, I understand your situation. Could you send me your brief?" I'm like, I just didn't say anything. If he gets mad at me for not answering, I'm just going to respond with, "Well, I was waiting for you to answer." So that's kind of the most harmless. Critical capture, yeah. The more Pokemon you catch. Oh, yeah. So I just kind of don't message them anymore, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, if you can't answer my questions, like, that's typically a breaker for me. If you don't want to answer my questions, that shows me you don't have a willingness for communication. Artwork is a massive communications game. It's me talking to you, you talking to me, we talking during the entirety of the process. So I like being involved in the process. It helps me. It helps me prevent troubles. It helps me prevent issues. It's just good. I don't think I actually want to do this. This is for PvP, I believe. So that one was kind of whatever. I contacted another one. That one's name was like a wreck or something like that. You have visited Metal Office or Passerby, okay. So I messaged another one by the name of like Mamamia or Mamamia or something like that. And that is kind of the one I'm gonna go with. That one had her own issues, where I sent her the brief, and I'm like, okay, yeah, can you do? Or I ask questions, and she actually answers the questions. Hey, there's Watson. So I ask questions, and she actually answers them, which is always a plus. So then, I ask, like, hey, are you comfortable with custom logos? Because typically what they'll do with the logos is they'll be like text-based logos. Most of the logo VTuber things I've noticed, they'll do text-based, one price, detailed text, a second tier, and then animated or super detailed will be the third tier. So I ask, I'm like, okay, this is what I want. Would this fall within this tier? Would this do this? Stuff like that. That goes over smoothly. However, because it falls outside of the purview of her actual, like the actual gigs that she has listed, she has to send me a custom offer. So I'm like, okay. We talk it out, and she's like, okay. This is before I sent the full preview brief thing. She goes, oh, okay. That will be $15 for a background style logo. That'll be, $15. I'm like, okay, that's nice. I send the brief, and then halfway through, towards the end of it, she's like, okay, so I'll send you the custom offer for 20. I'm like, yeah, 20 works, but why is, I'll take ammo only at the user, that's for tanky. Or tanking. So I'm like, okay, yeah, but why is the price 20? You agreed on 15 earlier. She's like, oh yeah, the, Magneton, he's like, oh yeah, because the scope of what you're asking for is super, is more detailed. I have to increase the price. I'm like, okay, sure. And then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not actually comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with the price arbitrarily being increased for, I was attempting to not be rude, but at the same time, I was attempting to be just blunt, just end it off right then and there, cut the head off the snake. I was like, yeah, what I'm asking for is not that complicated. The advanced shape you're asking for is, a double diamond. It's just two squares on top of each other. The advanced character pose is just a smile and a slight tilt. Like, I didn't say stuff like that. I broke it down, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think it should be increasing the price. I know that's rude to do to an artist, but artists have an incentive to make money. A client has an incentive to try to save money. So it's a war of attrition, basically. So I pointed all this out, and, I was trying to have that be the ending point for the conversation. And she was like, oh, you know what, actually, that makes a whole lot of sense. I was not attempting to arbitrarily jack up the prices. I misunderstood what the scope was. I don't know how true that is. That could be just complete bullcrap. I don't know. But she did knock the price down to 15. Which is, metric. Hate to do it. I gotta heal. But I don't know if she actually did misunderstand it or whatever, but it might have just been a game of saving face. But she was like, okay, yeah, here, I'll put the price back down to 15. I misunderstood how much you're wanting from the gig, and, stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, that's... I was honest. I did tell her, I said, you know what, I'll be brutally honest. When I said that, I was intending for that to just be like the cut the head off the snake level message, just cut it right then and there. But this turned into a state that I'm actually very happy with. So I would like to ask if I would like to say sorry and hope you'd still be willing to work with me. Is what I said. And she was like, yeah, no, I understand. Shockwave. Thankfully I'm not flying type just yet, but this is gonna do a lot. So that's the one I'm probably gonna go with. Again, by the time I actually, this goes up, I should have it. But there's that. However, the first one I contacted, I'm not contacting the one that actually does my normal artwork, just because I don't want to burden her with too many tasks. Yawn. What's the accuracy of yawn? Eh. That could work in combat at least. The first one I messaged was, oh god, I don't remember her name. It was some random cat girl. Because of course. It's like the most generic overplayed trope in anime stuff. So I messaged her and I'm like, hey, it was another similar situation with that Areki person. Where I was like, hey, here's some questions. Could you answer the questions so I can know what type of brief to give? Actually, no, it was just, hey, here's some questions. Could you answer them? She messaged back with, "Hi, friend. Could you send me your oh, what the hell? Oh, yeah, sure. Like, hi, friend. Could you send me your brief so I can know what you want?" I'm like, no, no, I can't because you didn't answer the questions. I need to know those answers before I can send the brief. Again, I have like 90 different ideas in my head, and depending on what an artist answers to those questions, I know what brief to send. Is the character or are they? If I just ask for a background, are they going to have that be? Are they going to add like character art to it? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? Are they comfortable with this? As I said already. So I asked her, I was like, no, yeah, but could you just, could you answer the question so I know what I can ask for? They're all done. Massage made them feel a little bit more friendly. Name rater, okay. Which name should be critiqued? Do I have any names that need to be different? Nope. So she responded back with the very logical and reasonable response. Again, feeling the very logical and reasonable response of, "Hi, friend. I don't think I can do this gig for you. I don't think I'd be able to do the gig for you." I responded with, but I'm just asking for questions about, like, rules that you have, I'm just asking questions about rules you may potentially have about, I don't care about this, certain things. I did also ask other questions, like if you're not comfortable answering the rules question, could you answer that? Oh yeah, could you send your brief? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll send the brief. I didn't. No, I don't want to actually do this. This is actually really stupid. This is kind of a useless thing. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll send the brief. I wait a day and then I send the advanced logo that I want. Because this was kind of in, but she was the first one I messaged, so this was like the in-between. That's the gym. I can't do anything there just yet. So then I message her and I'm like, yeah, would you be able to do this? Yeah, hi friend, could you send me your character brief? I go, character brief for the or for the PDF? Or for the logo, rather? She goes, yeah, I need your character brief. I respond with, for the record, I don't need a character. I need just the logo. I'm gonna put the character on top of the logo. Like, I already have the character. Oh, well, then you can send the logo brief. Oh, you dropped your Pokeball. Received a Pokeball. Have you a feeling of gratitude? Thanks. So I respond with, no. I respond with, because they're very hell-bent on not answering any of my questions, not giving me any information, not giving me any feedback. So I respond with, plus that little bit of confusion there about thinking I'm wanting a character. The point is a statistician. No, thank you. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, don't actually know. I'll deal with this later. So after that and all like the refusal, and her being way too quick to just say, yeah, no, I can't do this, when legitimately all I asked was, hey, my character, you know, you have additional fees listed in your gig page. Can I ask for details about that? My character has, you know, exposed skin. Can you, is this fine? Job hopper. I don't actually have a job. Public official. So, yeah, I could say creator. Details about people survey added to the survey radar. I don't know what this is. No, thank you. I'm curious about this. What is this? Number of times thanked, number of people passed. Oh, this is the multiplayer crap, isn't it? So I just said, because of the sheer aversion to wanting to answer questions, the weird bits of confusion, and because you were way too quick that just didn't decline a request, that was literally like her second message. I will not be picking you. I will not be commissioning from you because, you know, on her page she has, well, on her page she has 7 reviews. Fiverr's very aggressive about leaving reviews. It kind of forces you. When you accept, it literally brings you to the review page. You have to push several buttons to say no. So I respond with, I'm like, yeah, you claim on your gigs page to have thousands of satisfied customers over several years. Oh, bro, vanished again. Yeah, several thousand happy customers. This is Iris, by the way. She was the Dragon Gym in the last game. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not some, like, these little mistakes and these, like, refusal to answer questions are not stuff that someone with thousands of satisfied customers should be doing. Like, they're really not? How do you get several thousand satisfied customers by not answering questions? I don't get it. So I just said, yeah, no, because these reasons and because, you know, that's very unprofessional, I'm not gonna commission from you. She just responds back with, okay, friend, yeah, I don't believe I'm gonna be able to do your project. I just respond with, yeah, we wouldn't know if you could because you didn't answer my question.